So if you're anything like me, you clicked on this video because you want to learn how to get at least 780 on the SAT math section and eventually get into your dream school without any coaching or genius IQ. Whether that's the case or you're just interested in learning, SAT math can feel overwhelmed, and the easiest thing to do is convince yourself that it's too hard to get 780 plus. That's why I put together this entire step-by-step guide to getting at least 780 on the SAT math section. Look, I get it. Why you should listen to me instead of other YouTubers who are making videos in front of their laptop. When I first took the SAT, I was 14 years old and I got 780 on the math section even at that age. And I've helped hundreds of students to prepare for the SAT by being a volunteer tutor in Schoolhouse. Now my goal is to take what I've learned and share it for completely free. I see a ton of YouTubers who are gatekeeping their secrets or putting it behind a $1,000 paywall. But I'm on a mission to help 1,000 students to get 780 plus by sharing every resource you need for completely free. So congratulations on taking the first step into the crazy world of SAT. Most importantly, sit back, take a pen and pencil, and prepare to take notes, because at the end of the video, you will take massive action. But before we get into it, it would mean a ton if you could smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so that we can impact more students. With that said, let's dive into it. So I put together this guide for you to give you a step-by-step strategy. So the first two steps are for beginners and the next two are for intermediate students. And the last two are for advanced students. Let's jump into the first thing that any SAT test taker has to do, which is getting started. I recommend you to spend 1 or 2 months on this step. So this step essentially is about the format of the test. As you know, there are 2 modules and they're adaptive. You just have to be happy if you get the harder module. So in this step, your focus is gonna be on 4 main areas: parts of algebra, problem solving and data analysis, advanced math, and additional topics in math like geometry and trigonometry. The best source I can recommend is Khan Academy because it has a ton of videos and exercises. Comment 60-day digital SAT math course. My advice to you is not using question bank of College Board because there are questions that are taken from official Blue Book practice tests and you will just spoil those tests. So the second step you have to follow is assessing your starting point. And this is gonna take about 12 hours. So what you have to do is take College Board practice test number 1. Then view your score and write down which question types you struggled with. Analyze the questions. For example, I did a video walkthrough of College Board Blue Book practice test number 1 and you can watch that after taking that practice test so that you can understand those questions. Now let's move on to the intermediate steps, which are steps 3 and 4. So we will start off with using official practice materials and I recommend you to spend about a month for it. As you know, there are 6 official practice tests on Blue Book and spend around a month for those. The most important thing at this step is developing advanced strategies. For example, you can develop strategies for pacing, plugging in numbers, back solving, and elimination techniques. I also recommend you to have a mistake or error log where you're gonna document your mistakes so that you will not make the same mistake again and again. You also have to review it consistently to avoid repeating those same mistakes. So step number 4 is developing test day strategies. When you take all these 6 practice tests, you will understand more about the questions and how digital SAT Math is structured and how College Board asks you questions. And you can easily create your own test day strategies. For example, you can create a strategy called Desmos calculator use, and what this will essentially mean is practicing efficiently using the calculator section so that you can save time so that you can save a ton of time for more challenging questions. The best strategy is just staying calm under pressure. You can even develop some mindful techniques so that you can stay calm and just focus on the SAT questions. So these last 2 steps are for advanced students. So it all starts off with test day preparation. The night before your exam, you have to get a good night's sleep and avoid last-minute cramming. Don't try to learn anything new in those last minutes. In the morning of the test, you have to eat healthy breakfast and do a few warm-up problems to get your brain in. Just a few. Then, it's all about test execution. Read each question carefully. Manage your time well. And remember to double check your answers if time permits. Now let's talk about step number 6, which is post-test reflection. This step might be optional, but if you want to retake this test or offer advice to some other people, this step is so important, and it's analyzing your performance. After the test, just reflect on what went well and what you have been. So overall, I recommend you to spend between 2 and 4 months for SAT Math section. I'll link this guide in the description and in the top comment of the video, so you can get access to all the resources. I will see you in the next video.